Colleen Ballinger's ex-husband Joshua Evans has been getting a lot of attention. Colleen has stayed completely silent publicly about Joshua since their divorce in 2016, and she also moved on pretty quickly to her now husband Eric. And it got to the point where most people didn't even know that she had an ex-husband. So when this whole Colleen situation happened this summer, and he was talking about Colleen and his experiences with her during the 8 years they were together, he garnered a lot of attention. Recent fans of Colleen who had no idea she had an ex-husband were surprised and intrigued by Josh, and they wanted to know more about him. And even people who were fans of the two back then were also interested in Josh and his side of the relationship and what he had to say. So he pretty much had something for everybody. When Colleen and Joshua were a couple, they made tons of YouTube videos together. They were very successful, and they were pretty much YouTube's it couple at the time. So when the divorce was announced, fans were very shocked and devastated about the news. So many people were so invested in the relationship because it was so public. So there were a lot of people who felt very passionate about this divorce and the relationship. So naturally, fans took sides, and most of them took Colleen's. But it didn't stop there, because he got a ton of hate from Colleen's fans as well. We know now that Colleen sent her fans to attack and bully Joshua off the internet. And this is something he spoke up a ton about recently on Twitter and in his interview with Swoop. So Joshua could have very well came back to his YouTube career and talked about his experience while being with Colleen, the aftermath of the divorce, and how he's doing now basically, and people would definitely tune in to watch. But despite this, Joshua has made it very clear that when he came out to defend Colleen's victims and speak out against her on Twitter, that he wasn't doing it to make his return back to YouTube or to the influencer world. He's tweeted about once a month now that he does not plan on coming back to YouTube. He said that he now has a job that he enjoys, his wife Pamela, his new house, and he overall just loves his quiet life and no longer being in the spotlight like he once was. After Colleen's infamous ukulele video dropped in June, Joshua was receiving a lot of attention because he was tweeting out against Colleen and calling her out. There were a lot of people who wanted Joshua to come back to YouTube to expose Colleen, but he did not want to do that. He tweeted, "I have no desire to use this as a catalyst for a YouTube comeback. It's not a safe place for me. I'm past that. My voice is only here to help validate those that are hurting, nothing more. I have no need to make any money off of this. That is gross and not in my heart whatsoever." Then about a month later, he tweeted about why he was coming out now to talk about Colleen. He tweeted, "Keep in mind that I'm vocal now simply because there was no climate for me to speak up until very recently. Anytime I tried to say anything or even hint at anything, an army was there to tell me to end things. I don't expect you to fully keep tabs on the entire bigger picture." Then about a month after that, in August, before his interview with Swoop dropped, he tweeted, "Just another reminder that after my interview comes out with Swoop, I do not intend on using that momentum to come back to YouTube. I'm tweeting more because I can finally speak freely about this. It's therapeutic, but I also know that stepping back in the near future is best." Then most recently, a couple weeks ago, he again tweeted, "I've seen a few tweets wondering why I'm posting on social media. I simply want to exist normally in life. I firmly said and stand by the fact that I will not use this summer's chaos to launch my YouTube career again. If I post something now, it's because I feel like sharing it." And now, despite his tweets and being very clear that he does not want to be an influencer, he's getting called out for wanting to be an influencer. So back when Joshua was a YouTuber, he would use the phrase, "be nice to people," in all of his outros. And that was pretty much his phrase and his thing.
Love you, be nice people, au revoir.
And remember, be nice to people, and au revoir.
Remember to be nice to people. And fold, don't bunch. If you know what I'm talking about, you're awesome. Au revoir.
And because that was his saying and what he was known for, he had merch with the phrase, "be nice to people" on it. And recently, Joshua posted a photo of himself on Twitter wearing his old merch hoodie while at the airport, and he captioned the photo, "Felt like sporting my old merch today while I travel. Sending so much love to everyone right now." The idea of Joshua selling his old merch again was brought up in the comments, and it was actually met with a lot of support. And it seems like Joshua is also open to the idea. Someone tweeted at Joshua saying, "I feel like this needs to come back for us new followers." To which Josh responded with, "I'm warming up to it. Guess it wouldn't hurt anybody if I did." Somebody else tweeted, "Are you still selling merch? I'd love to grab some stuff." And Josh replied with, "I could always contact my old management and see if we can get the site active again. I told them not to keep it active anymore during all the hate I was getting." And there was talk of not only bringing back the old merch, but also creating and releasing new merch. Someone tweeted at him saying, "Now make some calls about that merch because the holidays are coming and we can all use some niceness here." And Josh replied saying, "I gotta work on a new design then. I'll see what I can do while I'm on my break at work. Never thought I'd be making any new merch ever again. This is crazy to me." So Joshua has made it very, very clear that he has no intentions of returning to YouTube or to being an influencer. So when some people saw that he was planning on coming out with merch, old merch, and new merch, it felt icky to them. He said before that he thought it would be gross of him to come back and make money off of this Colleen situation, and now it seems like he's doing exactly that. Also, even though he wouldn't be coming back to YouTube, he would still be making merch for his old YouTube channel. And releasing merch has influencer written all over it. And people on Reddit are super vocal about how icky they feel this to be. This page is usually super supportive of Joshua, but this time they're not backing him. One comment said, "Designing and selling new merch won't help his, 'I'm not trying to benefit from this, I just want to go back to my quiet life' story." Another person commented, "Reopening his merch shop sounds like the actions of a wannabe influencer." Someone else said, "This is a big nope from me. I totally supported him telling his story and I genuinely hope he has a good life from now on, but this, selling his old merch, absolutely not, gives me the ick." And lastly, somebody else commented, "Then why not promote his merch a year ago, 2 years ago? Because he didn't have all this attention. He claims he wants a quiet life, but then is riding his Colleen wave to sell merch and make money. Anyone who's really traumatized isn't selling merch simultaneously." There were a lot of people going pretty hard on Joshua, and Joshua actually saw what people had to say on there and responded on Twitter. He said, "Just read the snark page about me considering opening my merch shop back up. Totally understand the negative feedback. Again, navigating this is difficult. Do I want to be a YouTuber? No. Do I want to be an influencer? No. Am I living paycheck to paycheck with a mortgage? Yes. Does the idea of selling shirts again with positive sentiments on them appeal to me? I haven't thought about it for a long time till yesterday, so maybe. I'm thankful for those who have shown me kindness and understanding over the last few months. In no way do I want to manipulate anyone into doing anything. I honestly just got excited that people were interested and that I could have some extra cash flow for bills. It's the honest truth. Sorry if I rubbed anyone the wrong way. I feel torn now rather than excited like I was yesterday. Every decision can be interpreted differently than how you intended it to be. The criticism is valid. It also feels weird that I feel a need to have internet approval for the decisions I make in life. That's how my life was before, unfortunately. I don't know, y'all. I'm stuck. And sorry if this seems opportunistic, which is gross. Hope you have a great weekend, Joshua." And some people found his message to be manipulative, but other people supported him and want him to come out with merch and are even giving him new merch ideas. But let me know what you guys think about this situation. Do you guys think he should be selling merch? Do you guys think he should not be selling merch? Personally, I thought it was pretty icky at first, but then I thought about it, and I feel like he's been through so much already that we should just let him have this one thing. Plus, it's just merch, and no one's forcing anybody to buy anything. And maybe he'll come up with some pretty cool designs. But let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next video.